Morning, everyone. My name is Sarah, and I am one of the mentors with Cornerstone, and this is our Q&A webinar. So welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us today, and we will go ahead and get started. I see everyone putting where they're from in the chat. That's awesome. It's starting to cool down here in Arizona, so I am excited about that, but I know you guys are getting some snow and some weather on the other side of the world. So that's so exciting for you guys. Sorry. But let's go ahead and open it up for questions. You guys can put them in the chat or you can come off mute and ask questions.
Okay, we're in the question.
Yes. Tammy.
We're not ready.
Okay.
I'll ask one. I missed my one-on-one mentorship. I had 6 o'clock in my calendar, and I thought that meant 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. But it's 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, and so I just flat out missed it. Uh, and I mean, I was an hour behind. I don't know how to go about getting it rescheduled.
So just go back to the agent access area and go to getting started. And then you can go to, I think it's number 10, and you can reschedule another one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
For the record, I truly hate it because I know you guys have a problem with people not showing up for that thing.
That's okay. I think it's that all the time thing. And then we're going to go on daylight savings times this weekend. So that's just going to mess everything up again because people will get all used to the times and the differences, and then it'll get all changed and messed up again. So,
Hey, Sarah.
yes.
So I joined Wave Makers and I want to be able to complete it by convention, but I joined like last weekend. So is that a possibility or no, since I missed January and February essentially?
It is. So it starts when you start. So as long as you kind of have everything completed by convention, then you will still qualify.
How many tiers are in WaveMaker?
There are 4 quarters.
And speaking of wave makers, so I joined more as an accountability for wave makers because I'm not doing any sales right now. As far as the sales aspect, so I didn't read the fine print before I signed up for it, for the sales part. But will we get kicked out if we don't keep up with that? No.
Well,
Okay.
not at all.
Okay, good.
Christina, there have not been more rooms added yet. We're still working on getting more rooms for convention. I know there are some hotels that still have rooms, but I think the most cost efficient one doesn't have any rooms available.
I also have a question regarding the convention. I have volunteered to work on the Mercy ship, and I will probably be serving between July and January, so I will be unable to make that convention. So I have to wait to the following year, is that correct?
Yes.
I understand there's a cruise or something at the convention, like a fan cruise or something like that. Can you explain what that's all about? I don't really understand the whole part of what's going on at the convention with anything really.
So the convention, there's not a FAM at the convention. What is going on at the convention is most people fly in on the 12th and kind of get together, hang out. The night of the 13th, there's going to be a supplier showcase, which there'll be lots of suppliers that you can meet with, talk to one-on-one. A lot of our elite and preferred suppliers will be there. And then the 13th, so that's the 13th, and the 14th all day will be meetings, trainings, different things like that. And then there will be ship tours, which is where you can go on the ship and go through. They'll show you different categories of the room, different places on the ship. You can take pictures, you can take videos for advertising, and sometimes there's a lunch at the very end, and then you get off the ship before the people get on the ship. So it's kind of a quick tour. You get on right after people get off, and you get off right before people get on. But you get to see the ship, you get to see the room. So those will come out closer to when convention comes, and you guys can sign up for the different ship tours. Now, there are different people that are taking cruises out of Galveston because we're going to be there, but there's not a special like FAM trip that is planned. So there are ship tours.
Do we know what cruise line the ship tour is going to be?
We don't. I would say they're going to try to do everyone that is going out of there, but it just depends on what's available and what we can get. Peggy, okay, a FAM cruise. So a FAM stands for familiarization trip, and it is very, very different. So sometimes it can be completely free. You just have to pay for your way to get there. Sometimes they can have you pay gratuities and taxes and fees. Sometimes you just they ask that you donate $100 to their nonprofit. It really depends on who it is and what it is. So multiple suppliers do FAM trips, multiple resorts do FAM trips, cruise lines do FAM trips. They also do seminars at sea, which those are not complimentary at all. You pay. There's a lot of education and learning, and you're paying for the cruise ship room also. But FAMs are all over. So it's not just exclusive to cruise. It could be resorts. I went to a FAM trip for the Grand Canyon Railway Hotel, and everything was included except I had to get up there to the hotel. So it just really kind of depends on what it is, but there's lots of different ones out there. And it could be a discounted rate. I've seen some FAMs for Vacation Express where it was $400 for 4 nights at a resort. So it just depends on what it is, but that's what it is. It's not necessarily a vacation. It's not for you to go and have fun and do whatever you want. It's very structured where you go see resorts, you are maybe in seminars or trainings or, different resorts throughout the day where they take you to site tours and you can see all the rooms, what's offered at different resorts and things like that. So it's really like a learning educational trip. Christina, I have heard that last year, all of the cruise tours ended by 1:00. So, okay, Jennifer said 2:30, so I heard 1:00. But you can get off if you need to get off early, but I would say if you're flying out of Houston, like Hobby, try to have a flight, 5 or 6 after, so you can get there in time. Elizabeth, that's awesome. I have heard really good things about the Cruising 360. If you are trying to choose which one to pick, I would pick one that kind of aligns with what you travel and what you feel like your clients are going to travel. So, if your options are going to be Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and MSC, then if you, lean towards more families, then I would do Royal Caribbean or MSC. If you lean towards more like budget friendly part of yours, then I would do Carnival. Let's see. Expedia Tap Property Search shows premium plus commission level. Client chooses that property goes into reserve and shows only as basic plus. How is that? So if Heather, are you saying your client is going in and reserving it on the Expedia side?
No, like when I go in and I do an initial search for her, it shows that it's on the premium plus, the 4 bars or whatnot. And then so she picked that one and I was going to go in and reserve it and it's only a 2 tier and says the basic plus. So I was just wondering like, is that common or?
I've never seen that happen, but it could be, did you do the basic search or did you do the, so there's two when you go in there to choose hotels. Is she reserving anything else with the trip? Like, is she doing airlines or car rentals or anything like that?
No, just the property.
Okay. Sometimes it switches and flips, but it could be the room category. It could just be that their system is with that hotel. It just shows different on the front page versus the back page. But there are like on the first page, there are where you can do like a package rate if they have something else booked. It doesn't have to be with Expedia Tap. It doesn't even have to be with you. It just, if they have something else booked, you can do the package rate. And sometimes that changes the actual commission level.
It can also be, I'm sorry, it can also
Go ahead.
be, I've seen it where it'll say premium plus, and then if you choose the non-refundable or if you choose the refundable rate, it bumps it down to basic or basic plus, which kind of sucks, but I guess they're thinking if you're getting a non-refundable rate, they're going to pay out a higher commission on it because they're basically guaranteed to get that booking. Where if you're going to book a refundable rate, they run the risk of losing it if a client cancels, I guess is the theory. So, but I have seen it change with that for sure.
Yeah, and Heather, you can always call Expedia Tap and ask them, see if they have an answer. Sometimes they don't have an answer for that in system either, but that might be something you can do.
Okay, thanks. Because I know I was searching for the premium, so that's where we started, and then it flipped on the other side, and I was like, oh, well, okay.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Expedia Tap is not one of my preferred favorite suppliers. So it's easy to use, but it's not one that I use a lot. So.
I'm kind of seeing that feedback and questionable on my end, but so far it's okay.
Right price agencies.
Sarah, what was that you said about Expedia Tap? They're not as reliable. Is that what you said?
No, I didn't say it's reliable. They're not my favorite preferred
Oh.
supplier.
Okay. Yeah, because I just booked a client for a trip they've been trying to find for like 4 or 5 years and couldn't. So and it was Expedia Tap was the only supplier that had it. That was it. Nobody else had it.
Yeah, I tend to find that with like the small boutique hotels and things like that. I have had to use them before, but I have
No, you're fine.
switched to price agency a lot more because they tend to have some of the hard to find hotels also.
Yeah, well, they actually wanted a log cabin in the middle of the woods in Alaska to fish outside next to the cabin with running water. I found it, but Expedia Tap had it, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah, I mean they're a good supplier. I have not had any issues with them. I just they're not my favorite. So. All right, Catherine. Let's see. You're attending the Los Angeles Travel and Adventure Show this week, and you paid for their education certificate. Yes, so the Wavemaker, you can use that certificate and upload it for one of your certificates. It does not have to be one of the main suppliers. It can be one of the travel agent university ones or anything like that.
I have a question. I started Wavemakers last year before the year turned over, and I noticed that some things have changed, but I'm having trouble finding where we're supposed to do our training. Like, the one before would give us you need to finish Royal Caribbean training and then you'd move on to Viking. And I'm having trouble finding where that is now.
Oh, it is not as specific as it was in the last one. This kind of opens it up a little bit more for you to do whatever training you want. So if you want to do Royal Caribbean, you just have to do one certification per quarter. So it can be any of those. It can be any of the suppliers. It can be if you go to the Travel Leader Institute, you can do one of theirs. You can do the Costa Rica or the Australian. Um, let's see,
Sarah,
Jamaica, all of those.
Sarah, they've been telling us you have to do one certificate a month and load
Per
a
month,
certificate
yeah,
for each
not per
month.
quarter.
Is
Yeah,
it per
not
month?
per quarter.
When I said one per quarter, I kind of questioned myself. Let me see. I think it is one per.
It's one supplier training per month, two supplier Zoom calls per month, and 4 Q&A.
Yeah, that is correct. Sorry. When I said per quarter, I kind of questioned myself in my mind. So it is one supplier certification per month. So, but it can be like if you go to the Travel Leader and Adventure or Travel and Adventure show and you get a certificate, it can be one of those. If you guys go to I'm going to share my screen real quick. So if you guys haven't seen this, if you go to the agent guide, and this is a live document. So if you guys have this printed out, it's great, but it changes. And so I always have this on my bookmark because I can go here. So if you scroll down to additional resources, these are all the different academies and universities and things like that. So if you go to the Travel Agent Academy, there are lots of certifications that you can get. When you sign in, you can do any of these and get any of these certifications. So ALG Pro, you can become a specialist in Aruba. You can learn all about Arizona. Any of these ones you can do and you can upload the certificate and so it doesn't have to be like Princess's Commodore status, or it doesn't have to be Royal Caribbean, bachelor program. It can be any of these. So you can learn all about Atlantis. You can learn about Air France, Dominican Republic, Florida, Jamaica, Cabo. So there's tons and tons of of these, and each of these have different ones. The university, the OTT, all of those. So this is a great place to go if you have some of those certificates already, or if you just want to learn about different places.
Thank you.
Sarah, what was that on the actual website? On the Cornerstone website?
Where was this?
Yeah.
So it's under the agent access. So if you are in the agent access area, right in the very top underneath, it says download our agent guide here, or it's under start here too.
Okay. And is that right at the bottom? Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. So Heather, most of the time, if you're looking for like a VBRO or a vacation home, that is going to be one of the best ones. There is also, if you go under the supplier ones, the HVN villas, that's one you can look at too. Travel insurance. So when you buy it, each state has different days. I know Arizona is 21. A lot of them are 14 days from deposit. That covers like cancel for any reason, or it will cover some more medical or more limits. It doesn't necessarily go up as you get closer to the sailing, but the limits typically go down. And it is 24 hours in advance. So If your clients are leaving today, you couldn't purchase travel insurance. It does have a 24-hour waiting period. For the monthly certificate, you upload it in WaveMakers. There's a little area where you just upload it. 3-bedroom is available to tour in person. Are you talking about on a ship? The 3-bedroom? Let me know what you're talking about with the 3-bedroom.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please disregard that. That was a copy and paste from from something else I was working on.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm like, all right. There are both of our travel suppliers do offer yearly travel insurance, and it is just an option when you're quoting. You just go through and select. It'll say, do you want a single policy or do you want an annual policy? With Chubb, there's 3 different actual options, and I think Allianz has 4 different options for their annual plans.
Can you actually purchase the insurance without having a trip planned yet for the year? Okay.
Yep, absolutely. With Chubb, we just did Chubb training last night, and Chubb, you do not, I don't think the Allianz you do either, but some insurance providers for the annual, you have to let them know when you're traveling. You do with Chubb. So it is kind of a buy it and forget it type thing. You download the app, and then if you have any issues, that's where they kind of come in.
So you do need it with Chubb or not?
You do not need to let them know when you're traveling. So you cannot upload your badges to the Cornerstone Person website. The Cornerstone website, I use that word kind of loosely. It is actually a landing page. So it's going to be all the same. It's going to look all the same. It's just going to have your personal information. So you can't really change anything or add anything to it. If you're wanting to do that, I would say upload it to your social media. Maybe have your social media link put in your bio of your landing page.
So quick question on that, just quick follow-up. I saw somebody's page. I'm trying to remember who it was, but they had all of their badges on it. Was that TLN or was it the personal website?
Yeah, there's no way to do it with the landing page. So TLN, you can upload all the certificates, you can upload your specialties, kind of what you're doing and what certifications you have. And I know, like, for my
and
personal
to follow up with
book, I have an album that says like all my certifications and specialties.
Oh, okay. The follow-up for the insurance situation, I was on the call with the celebrity supplier, and she had mentioned if you book a non-refundable deposit and travel insurance, in order for that non-refundable deposit to be refundable through the travel insurance, you actually have to purchase them on the same day. Did I understand her correctly? You have to actually purchase it on the deposit date. Did I understand her correctly?
Not that I know of. As long as it's purchased by the final payment, you should be fine. Because I never sell cruise insurance, so I always sell a separate policy. Because it doesn't cover anything else. And most of my people are doing airplanes and doing different things like that, hotels. So I never sell the actual cruise line insurance, plus the coverage is not that great. But my understanding is as long as it is purchased by the final payment, then it is covered.
They might be talking about the actual cruise supplier because I believe, like with Carnival, if you purchase it the day you do the non-deposit, it possibly could be covered. But if you don't pay for the Carnival's travel protection, then you're out of it. So so Chubbs and Allianz might cover it, but I don't know about the personal cruise ships. Each one might have their own policy of it needing. So she may have been personally talking about purchasing it through them.
Yeah, and Princess I have not used their cruise insurance. I've used Carnival's and Royal Caribbean's, and I know that as long as you put it on and pay for it with final deposit, then it's active. So it will cover the cruise.
So one thing I know, once again, I don't know about Princess, but with Carnival, I had a client who had to cancel, and it was after final deposit. It was literally like roughly about 2 or 3 weeks before the cruise, and they still allowed her to add the travel insurance and cancel. But I know one thing they won't allow is if you're doing pre-existing conditions, it has to be within a certain time frame. So I'm not sure if that's what she meant, when she was talking about for to cover pre-existing conditions, because cancel for pre-existing conditions is different than cancel any other reason. And so that for what she's saying is that's what she's talking about to me. I'm sure every cruise line is different as far as when you have to pay purchase the insurance to cover the pre-existing conditions.
Yeah. Sydney, from my understanding, you cannot use previous year's certificates. You would need to use newer ones, current ones. So if you've already used it for Wavemakers last year, like I said, it does not have to be one of the major suppliers certifications. It can be, one of the quick ones. I know Arizona has, I think, 4 chapters, and it might take less than. So the benefit and the purpose of it is to expand your knowledge and to get you out there and to learn other things. And so that's why we're doing it. And so that's what the purpose is, to help you. So kind of reusing them. That's why we decided that no, you can't reuse them, but you can use any type of certification you need it. Anybody else? Yes.
I'm sorry. So maybe I misunderstood what was said before, but I thought we could use last year's certificates as long as they weren't expired yet. If we started Wavemakers last year, but like for me, for instance, I didn't join until July of last year. We asked this question in one of the
I would
other
say that's what Vicky
Q&As.
said, as long as it's a current, because I joined in October. So I
Okay.
did like Royal Caribbean. I did most of my supplier trainings October to December. And so when Vicky said if they're still current, then we can use them for this season. But I didn't join Wavemakers last season. So I don't know if Sydney's asking if they used it and applied them for last year's Wavemakers. I think Sarah's saying they can't use them for this Wavemaker.
Yeah, I know when we had our mentor call, Justin asked, and he said, well, I've already kind of completed all of the certifications for the major suppliers. What am I supposed to do if I can't reuse them? And I know Amy said, well, there's a lot of other certifications out there that you can get. So I guess if you've used them before for Wavemakers, you can't reuse them. But if you haven't joined Wavemakers and you haven't used them before, then you can use them.
Yeah, Vicky said as long as they were from something current, like 2025. Like if they were from like 2019, then no. But she said as long as they were from like the last half or so of last year, that they would accept them for like the people who just joined Wavemakers this year. So if that helps.
Is Wavemakers just a one and done, or are you supposed to rejoin every year? Like, do you have to recertify?
Not necessarily. It's not, I mean, it is something that just benefits you and helps you become a better agent. So, the TLN learning and everything like that, it is completely just to help you with your agency and help you learn about terms and conditions and travel insurance and how to sell and how to overcome objections. So, it's just something that will continue to grow. I assume that we will probably maybe have a Wavemakers 3.0, and it'll just continue to go on every single year it'll just be a new one. So there'll be new information and new knowledge that you can kind of get.
So in those instances, if we don't want to fully do it 100% and don't care about regraduating in convention, we can just kind of re-up the trainings and the Q&As, but we don't have to. Got it. Okay.
Yes. Yep. It's all a benefit to you. So like the TLN learning path literally just helps you, with sales, helps you with overcoming objectives, helps you with learning, what terms and conditions should be in, whatever documents you're sending clients to protect yourself. So it just is about learning how to have a travel agency and become a better travel agent.
Now, I completed the Carnival training as well as the Bachelor of Adventure and Master of Adventure with Royal Caribbean all in 1 month. Can that carry over to the other months? Do I need to keep carrying?
You can use those for, your months.
Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome. So Wavemakers is the final qualification for your Wavemaker certificate for convention. You can go to convention. You don't have to be enrolled in Wavemakers at all. But if you are in Wavemakers, that's kind of your last qualification is attending convention, and then you get your certification. But if you're not enrolled in Wavemakers, you can absolutely go to conventions. They'll participate in everything. You just won't get a Wavemaker certification.
You have to complete all 4 tiers.
So Jonathan, they hire us. So we are actually employed by Cornerstone. They open up when they're looking for new mentors. They will put something in the Facebook group and put something on the Facebook feed, kind of hiring mentors. And then they have people that send in resumes and things like that. And then once they narrow it down and hire however many they're hiring, then we go through trainings. And then we pick up shifts and pick up one-on-ones and different classes and things like that. We get assigned. So it's nice that it's with other host agencies. I was with one other host agency before, and it was basically the leaders were just expected to do free trainings and free one-on-ones and things like that. And it was just something that was expected of the leadership. And with Cornerstone, they did it differently to where they hire people and they want people to be compensated. So you're not doing it kind of out of the fact that you feel like you have to do it. You're doing it because it's something that you want to do. As far as I know, the courses for Qa are open. All right, what other questions do we have?
Yeah, I got a question. The monthly supplier webinars that are on here, do any of them are from like Viking or Amma Waterways for like the river cruises?
We do have some that come. It's completely the BDM schedule. And so all of the BDMs that we work with get emails inviting them to participate, inviting them to come and train our agents. And it is just based on their schedule and when they can come to do it. If you go back to last year's calendar, if you're wanting to learn about one of those, you can go back to last year's calendar and look, and there are some recordings from both of those.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Felicia, I see in the chat, it says 13 Pro Max. If you want credit for Wavemakers, if you can just drop your last name in the chat. That way I can change your name in the participants list.
Hi there, Sarah. It's Felicia. Excuse my voice, I'm a little bit under the weather, but I know that you just mentioned about courses or classes being open. I was asking about TLN Tier 2 for the Wave Makers training. Is that already open? I don't know if it's something with my computer maybe, but I wasn't able to enroll into Tier 2.
So as long as you have completed everything in tier one, it should unlock and open for you.
Okay. So I can actually get in and I can see all of the classes in the buttons for enroll, but when I click on it, nothing happens. So I'll try it again later today. If it doesn't work, then maybe I'll just contact TLN.
Yeah. If it's TLN that is not opening up, then I would contact TLN. If it's our Wave Maker program that's not opening up, then that would be Vicky.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll distinguish which it is. And a second note, I think it was you that posted about the training for Puerto Rico. I had actually been interested in doing that. And so I was happy to see your post. And I did complete the training. It was a really great training. And they had the incentive for the Amazon $25 Amazon gift card. So it just worked out great. And I learned so much. So just in case anybody wants to do that training, it was awesome.
That's great. Yes, they do run different ones and different specials. So if you look and see, you go into the different universities, you can see what specials they're running.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for posting that. I'll have to go look for more now.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Most nuts have no insurable interest.
Any other questions? Are any questions about what you guys are working on? If you're working on a trip, have any questions about that?
Actually, I do have a question. So I have a booking with Norwegian that I currently have 3 cabins booked.
Okay.
And I think sale dates in May. I now have like 2 or 3 more people that decided they wanted to jump on the bandwagon. How late is too late to form group space with Norwegian? I know each line is kind of a little bit different. Does anyone have any experience, or are they kind of like to have those done before final payment day?
You can, as long as there's space, you can create a group, and then you can transfer those in to the
Okay.
group. So I always call the group department of the cruise line and have them kind of help me create the group. It's just a lot easier that way.
Okay.
And then they can help transfer your individual reservations in.
Norwegians is 120 days.
Okay, so
I just went through
I'm
that.
past that date.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had the same thing happen, and everybody jumped on the bandwagon all of a sudden for May, and I'm like, wait, and then I'm like, crap, I'm too far in, so that's fine. I just booked the cabins all individually, but yeah, as far as group space,
I know it kills me to log into Quest and see all those bookings across the top and not be able to put them in a nice little group now.
Yeah, I agree.
Heather, HVN. Let me know what you're talking about. I don't know what HVN is. Tom, we do not know who is replacing Lori yet. We are patiently waiting.
I'm sorry, the havens that you were saying to go look at for the properties.
Oh, I don't think they offer training.
I don't either. I'm not seeing anything. I was just wondering if I was missing it.
No, you might be able to just search maybe on YouTube or something and see if there's any type of
Well,
training.
that's a good idea. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, I don't have a question. I have a panic mode now.
Okay.
I just got an email from a friend who wants me to look up Disney cruises, and I'm qualified with Carnival and a couple others where I feel like I could book them, But isn't Disney the one where I need to do their training to complete to actually book with them, or is that no? Okay, because I'm getting ready to Google. I mean, I'm getting ready to do search in Cornerstone, Facebook galore, but I thought I would ask really quick in case so I can go on the Disney. Is they're not on Cruise Complete or any of those. Now I got to go look everything up.
Nope,
So
I would just go to the main Disney page and then the Disney Travel Professional page, and then you click on Disney Cruise Line um, and book it right through there. Um, Colleen said they are on, yes, in the supplier. So if you're already registered with Disney, you just log into your Disney portal, your travel agent portal. And then on the top, it'll have a click down where you can choose Disney Cruise Line, and then it'll take you to the page. And then you can just look up the date that they're looking for.
great. Thank you so much.
And if you need help, you guys learn how to use AI for your advantage. So if you don't know anything about Disney ships, or, you're looking for the newest ship for your clients to travel, let AI help you, pull up AI, whichever one you like, and say, what is the newest cruise ship between these three? And it'll tell you the dates that they, launched, when they were refurbished, anything like that. So I personally don't believe AI is ever going to overtake us, but I believe that it's a great tool that we can use to help us kind of cut back and cut down on our research time. So you can use that. You can, when I send over 3 to 4 different resorts for my clients, I use AI and I do a comparison chart so they can kind of see all 3 of the resorts and what they have to offer, and the different comparisons, especially if it's something that they're looking for. If they want a sushi restaurant, or if they want nightlife, or if they want a beach, I can tell AI to compare these 3 resorts in these 3 categories, and it'll show how many restaurants they have. It'll show how many pools they have. It'll show, if the beach is swimmable or not. So you can kind of train it and make it be your assistant and help you cut back on the research time.
You have to be careful though, because Google it uses AI, and I got a friend that's looking for a cruise to Bermuda, but he wants it in January. Nobody offers it in January, but Google says it does, and I
You
just
just
can't
have to
hardly
double check.
convince him
That is for
otherwise.
sure. Yeah, I love AI, but it is something that you always want to make sure that you're double checking, especially because you are the professional, but it can help kind of cut down on those things for sure.
It is not fallible.
Yeah. It is human too, even though it's not, but it's not perfect. Any other questions? You guys are making this easy on me today. Has everybody signed up for their Nextbee link in case somebody wants to join underneath you?
The next what?
Nextbee. It is the link that you can send to people that are wanting to join under you as an agent. So if you go to your agent access, you will scroll all the way down to where it says Cornerstone Referral Site. And if you click on this, you will fill out the information here, put all your information in here, and create an account. And then once you create an account, it will have a link that you can share with people that are interested in signing up. So instead of sending them to the website, you just give them your link and they go and sign up, and then they're placed right underneath you.
I have mine. I've given it out twice. No takers yet.
Keep it up.
Is there anything that is able to put on a business card for them to join? Is it still where you put your username for tests, or that changed with
You can
it?
put your username, but you can also, if you want to put something on your business card for people to join, what I would do is I would take that link and I would put it into a QR code, and then people could scan the QR code and it would take them straight to the link to sign.
Oh, that's above my education.
In TLN, is there training for SNAP or do we have an automatic? So Eric, once you complete your agent profile, you should have access to SNAP, but you have to have your agent profile at 100% and then it will be approved and then you'll have Cruise Complete access and SNAP access. So if you have completed your agent access and you do not have access to SNAP, sometimes there's something in the back that we just have to fix, and that would be a Vicky email. But you should have, if your profile is at 100%, you should have access to SNAP and Cruising Complete. You're welcome. So as long as you booked it with the ABC Hilton and you use the Cornerstone Qa, then you will get commission. It is 10% on the net rate, not the taxes and fees. And the way you let us know that you booked it is you put it in test. So as long as you use that ABC Hilton, and then if they ask for your Qa number, put that in, then you just take all that information, put it into tests, and then when they pay us, we pay you.
I have a Carnival group question. I have 20 rooms booked, and I went ahead and put $1,000 on in the account just to kind of hold those rooms. But now when I booked a room, I couldn't take any of the money out of that account. I had to pay for the full deposit. How does it? How does that work? Does they have to pay the full deposit, and then at the cruise, I start getting money back from the fund for friendship or whatever they call that fund pay? Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
My understanding is once the rooms are either booked or released, that's when the deposit comes back. So right now you're still holding that block of rooms. So once all the rooms are booked, or once it's kind of that drop date, then that's when they refund the deposit that you put down.
Okay, so it's not done as the rooms are booked. It's once everything's booked. Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
Yep.
Thank you.
Correct. You're welcome. Eric, so if you go on a cruise, you are welcome to talk to people. And if they ask what you do, you can tell them that you're an agent. What you cannot do is you can't advertise. You can't put something on your door saying, hey, I'm a travel agent, take my card or pull this tab off. Or, there are shirts that you can wear that I've seen and it's completely fine, like Travel Agents Rock or things like that. But what you can't do is just go up to people and be like, hey, I'm a travel agent. I want to book your next cruise. That's highly flammable. But if you're speaking to somebody, talking to somebody, having a conversation, and, they're like, oh, yeah, I do this. What do? You can absolutely tell them that you're a travel agent.
I think the way I heard it put before, Sarah, is no soliciting.
Yep. That's a really good way to kind of sum it all up. As long as somebody asks you, you're fine. But if you're standing there with, a big sign and card, that's probably not okay.
Sarah, while we were busy with this Zoom, I actually just got an email from Carnival regarding the traffic alert. They have construction in Miami just for people who have clients booked. So just in case you have clients booked, you might want to let them know, or just for your own reference. There's 7 ships in this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I'm not sure if anybody had any personal experience to get in earlier to your ship.
So just making sure that people leave early enough because there's traffic in Miami.
Yeah, it was a problem apparently last week and people were like 3 hours late.
Gotcha. Okay, so if anybody has clients traveling out of Miami, make sure you tell them that they need to put some extra time on their transportation or their time to get to the ports in Miami. Thank you very much. All right, I am going to go ahead and take attendance now. So if you want to hop off and you don't have any more questions, you are free to do that. If you still have some more questions and you want to stay, you are welcome to stay. But I appreciate everybody joining us.
You want us to put our name in the chat, or you just already have it?
Nope, I took a picture of all the participants, so we are good to go. I've got everybody that was on here.
Thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you too.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome. Thanks, guys. If anybody has any questions, feel free to stay on.
Hey, Sarah, it's Howard. I have a question for you. So, unfortunately, I had a client just cancel a trip that was it was scheduled for May. So that was booked through Go Away. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the commission or not yet. I'm not really worried about that. I'll figure it out. But they also bought insurance through Allianz. So that I know I should get the commission for. So it usually would pay, after the trip. Well, since there's no trip, what do I need to do? So I'm not waiting another 6 months to get paid for
So
that.
what I would do is, and it also depends, some of the Allianz tiered commission, tiered insurance cover your commission. So it just depends which one they bought. But what I would do is with the trip, I would put the end date being today. And then, make sure you have all your booking information and everything like that. And then you would get that. So when I do travel insurance, typically travel insurance is non-refundable after they buy it. Yeah, I think there's a period where they can, cancel, but after that, it's non-refundable. And so I typically just put the travel date as the date they booked.
You broke up. Can you say that again?
So I put the travel date as the date they bought it, or the date that the travel period for them to cancel is there. I think it's 12 days or something with Allianz. But I put that there, and then I know after that, that's kind of their travel date with the travel insurance, and they can't get their money back. So that would be like if they bought it today, I would put today through 12 days from now. That would be the start and the stop date, and then I know that I'm going to get paid for that.
Okay. Well, I know they're not canceling the travel insurance because they need to use it to get their money back.
Yeah.
So
I would just change the end date to today, because basically the trip is ending today because they're not taking the trip. So then the back office will know that the trip is done, basically, and then they'll be able to pay you out in 30 to 90 days.
yeah. Okay. And what do I do as far as the package? Do I change that? Obviously, I'll cancel that. So I'm canceling the trip, right? You don't cancel a booking, you cancel a trip.
Yeah, cancel the trip, and it just depends if your commission is covered or not with the travel insurance.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And with the trip, because some travel insurance pays your commission.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
We have about 3 more minutes for another question. If anybody has any, if not, then we'll hop off and you guys can go work on things you need to do today. All right, guys, you guys have a great day. Thank you for joining me today, and we'll see you at the next Q&A.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
very much,
welcome.
Sarah.
You're welcome. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye.
you too. Bye.